Hi, welcome. I'm so glad some of you could make it to our Wednesday call yesterday. When you get a message from your executives that's like, can y'all be on a call? This is really important at this time. You're like, okay, yes, please. So shifted the call and then afterwards had some great conversations, but many of you got the email. I don't know how they sent it out to you guys. It might have been a text. Yes, email. Um, Concerning Carl Robinson, he is one of our founders. He's like the founder of Plexus, you guys, over 17 years ago. Carl Robinson, he is the one that I saw on stage my first convention alongside our president, Alec Clark. And it was kind of like Alec was like this sweet, like uncle of the company. And so funny. And Carl was like the big daddy, like, here's our vision. This is where we're going. Super steady Eddie type of man. And you guys, because he was the founder of Plexus, he has seen the growth of the different departments over the years. My computer's glitching out. We're fine. We are just fine. Um, he saw he was a part of leading those departments, um, hiring, firing, and seeing the long-term vision that he had for our company, which was this, that we would do network marketing in a different way, that we would never go affiliate, that we would stand out in this industry as the best way of doing this, that our hybrid comp plan would be the most fair, the most generous, and that others would learn from us, that we would change basically the really sad nature of part of this industry is that people have had bad experiences in a network marketing company or in the MLM sphere. And that is something that's been on Charles' heart since day one, you guys. So a few years back, he decided, he was like, I need to be refreshed. I want to work on some other projects. He is very much involved in Scottsdale, especially, but here in Arizona, being a consultant for other companies. He speaks into the lives of other CEOs. He has side real estate businesses. He's an incredible business man. He got married and had a child, a lot of transition for him during those years. And they decided to bring in Gene Tips, who had been with our company for numerous years, working his way through the ranks and doing all things operational. Gene was and still is a genius in the operational side of Plexus. What I saw Gene do over the last couple of years was honestly absolutely incredible. I have never felt so excited, so stable in this company with Gene moving into that role. And I think that some of it is that he brought refreshment. It was just a new face, right? And somebody who had been with the company for a very long time, who had sat in all these different roles as an employee and cared so much about the company. Also, he cleaned house. He got rid of certain employees, he brought new people in. There was just massive changes and shifts within Plexus Worldwide over the last 3 years. However, he was more of an operations type of guy. That is his gifting, that is his wheelhouse, that is his joy. And while our president and founder, Alec and Tarl, saw wonderful potential in him to lead us forward as a CEO, the fact of the matter was it wasn't the right fit. So we all wish Gene could just stay with us. I'm like, couldn't you and Tarl just, be CEO together? No, that's not how it works in a company like ours. So they are sending him out with so much joy and excitement for what God has for him. But I tell you, we were crying on that call. I cried. I was very sad yesterday. Gene has become my friend, and my husband's friend. We've had wonderful conversations with him. But I will tell you what, it's like daddy's home with Tarl at the helm. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, here we go. He lined up. He was talking about his suits like being all lined up. He's like, all my suits are lined up on my little rack again. He's like, gone are my pickleball outfits. We're like, what? You've been playing pickleball, you guys? He has done so much personal growth and development with speaking, with just consulting, with being a CEO, and he's been pouring into our company in the background through Gene over the last many years to keep us going in the right direction for the vision he had long term for our company. So he is back. They are so sad. They Gene was a very dear friend to all of them. They will continue to golf together, do all the things together. Um, but it's time to move us forward um, into this long-term vision to not only keep our present financial stability that we do have, but to grow us into a $1 billion company while not veering off into the affiliate space. You guys, again, he wants to do network marketing in the best way possible. He wants us to be a lighthouse in the industry to show people how our hybrid business model, you guys, is like the best, most just, most fair, generous option on the planet in this industry. Like Eric Worre keeps telling us, we are like the best kept secret over here. People don't know we here. We gotta talk more. We gotta get louder. We gotta share this stuff too, you guys. I don't care if you've just added one person, you have one ordering customer right now, or maybe you don't, and you're watching this recording, you don't even have a customer yet. But you can shout this from the rooftops, all of this. We have been in the gut health space for over 17 years, friends, and that was before gut health was even a thing. We aren't going anywhere. And in fact, we are now pursuing a presence in multiple countries around the world. Today, many of you know, is the soft launch for Japan. We were told that in our Diamond meeting, and it wasn't this huge, announcement done at convention because our executives are pretty wise. We have a lot on our plates as brand ambassadors. A lot of us are very busy moms. Some of us have, full-time jobs, side jobs. Life is full, and the focus we really need to be like focused on this skin health line that's opening up a totally different door for us to be able to reach more people in health and in the financial opportunity. So does anybody have any questions about Taro being back in place? Kim, I'm going to mute you really quick. And I will look in the chat really quick, and if not, we will just move on to Japan and to other things. I'm sad to see Gene go. Yes. Well, I'm glad you're sad to see him go because it means that you liked him, and so did I. And we hope to go play pickleball with him and his wife. Um, Yeah, but to see on the Diamond page and in my chats with other leaders who have been here longer than I at, 9 years and more than me, is that they are just so excited because they know that Alec and Tarl, they know where they're going. And Tarl has that ability to lead over multiple departments and see things from a bird's eye view that just wasn't in Gene's wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Alec and Tarl are Plexus. I know, Allie. I mean, when Tarl left, I cried for a couple of days. I was like, how can I live without my brother? Like, it's the uncle and daddy's home. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna move forward here. You guys, Japan. So the official market is opening up October 1st. This is stuff that I actually want you to get in stories and in posts and share about with your family. Be proud to share that we're opening in Japan October 1st, but that we had a soft launch today. Okay. Japan is, and I just wrote some notes here. I'm going to make sure I pull them up. Number 5 in direct sales globally. They big into direct sales. People love having that supplemental income. The population of Japan is 123 million people. 71% of seniors in Japan have digestive issues. And from what I'm reading as well, there's a lot of blood sugar issues. A lot of rice and starches brought into the diet over the years has caused all sorts of trouble in Japan. Um, just so you know, the soft launch today, um, and I want you to know, like, we are on the ground, by the way, in Japan. You know, before I share like which products are actually available in Japan today, you guys, most companies enter a new market as NFR, not for resale, to see how it goes before committing to like a physical presence in the country. Okay. But you guys, Plexus is entering Japan differently because we have a like really good chance to do this once and do it well. So our executives decided to go big and do it right. So we are an OTG, an on the ground market. These are things you again you can share in stories. Like as leaders, you have to believe that you are a pioneer and a leader for those following you, if you guys could make sure you're all muted, that would be awesome. Um, like the better. People want to see your confidence. They want to see that you know the heart of the company, what's going on behind the scenes, and that you are behind it and you are excited. So this on the ground market, OTG, this like new terminology for me, we already have an office, a warehouse, products that have cleared customs. You guys, we have employees and enrollment flow and new technology that will roll out for Japan first and then for other markets that we have lined up. And in the meantime, this is something that Jean actually shared in the international meeting that I got, like it's hearsay, right? But he said, in the meantime, do not take your eyes off the prize and your current home market here in the US, and I meant to share this on the opportunity call last night, but check out these stats of what's going on here in the US right now. By the way, you can shout these from the rooftops, when you take 10 million screenshots. Anybody? It's a good time for me to take a breather. Okay. The global gut health market is set to reach 90 billion by 2031. Also, in the US, the average health spending per person per year right now is $13,000. That's per person per year. Health really is the new wealth, you guys. And listen to this. This is one of my favorites little bits, and I can put this in our chat later on. Nearly 1/4 of the population of Americans plans to start a new side business now, with 61.6 million Americans planning to find a second source of income soon. It's also projected that 83 million Americans will start a second stream of income by 2027, compared to 57 million currently. You guys, we're known as the original gut health company. Our comp plan is second to none. There is nothing better out there. And Eric Worre has like nudged and said that numerous times. You guys, we have patents on 2 of our products and hopefully soon to be more here. But I just want you to start viewing this like bigger, and that you are part of something really big and global and special. If nothing is swearing you up right now and you're like, I don't know what to do next in social, write up a post about this. Stop and pray about our company in Japan with your kids and tell your network that's what you're doing. Go to your customers and be like, thanks for joining me. By the way, we're opening in Japan today. If you have any connections in Japan, I would love to chat with them. You better believe that my level one, who's still ordering, Christina Yokoi, she went almost senior silver on this team. Her hubby's from Japan. They go there like every year. Their whole church is literally it's in Japanese, and he's the head pastor. So I'm so excited about going to her. She's going to be thrilled. They love the Japanese people. And it's one reason why she pulled out of Plexus, because she wanted to give more to her Japanese community. Do you hear what I'm saying here? So get excited, even if you don't know anybody in Japan right now. Okay. Next on my list, because we got to keep going, because we also want time to hear from Liz Crowl, as she is just learning some things leadership wise that not only I am seeing like hitting her hard, like mindset wise, but like it's coming out in action. And even at convention, when I was around her, I was like, what am I feeling? Okay. All right, friend. Right. So that's coming here soon. Um, you guys, this Cancun contest might start in September, which you can all earn. You know, this contest was created for newbies to be an up and rising leader in our company. It's a trip to Cancun. It's a leaders retreat. You do have to pay for your airfare. Tell people that. Everything else, though, incredible, incredible resort for two is on the house. Okay. And this whole icon club that is also created for those of us who have been with Plexus for 9 years, those of us who have quit, those of us who have come back, those of us who are tired, those of us who long for refreshment, it's for us to focus in on the specific skills required to grow a steady, stable, wonderful income here. This is going to test you and me in if we decide to learn new skills in sharing the business opportunity, in talking about the business opportunity, in casting the vision for the business, in messaging about the business. Basically, this is the season. I truly believe July is the season for us to jump in even before we feel ready with all the fears, all the like, I don't know how to talk about the business feelings that many of us have, and just jump in and get better at it by starting now. You guys, you got to be committed to talking about money and the business and the vision every single day. I'm serious. In some way, in July and August, if you are wanting to be a leader here, if you are wanting income that hits at least $1,000 or more a month, this isn't going to happen organically or naturally. That's not the way things are happening in 2025. I want your brains to feel refreshed though, and not like, oh, I have to learn something totally new outside of my comfort zone. What if pretend like you quit Plexus today and get off your phone and be like, everybody, I quit. And then tomorrow, launch yourself all over again like you wish you had from the very beginning. What if you gave yourself a little business launch? I'm about to do that. Like Liz and I are like, yeah, let's do that for Mara Lisa because she spent some of June really digging in deep with her husband as to should she be putting like intentional time here. We know that she would always take care of her downline and be a good steward of this amazing Ruby team that she's built. But you guys, they have vision now. So what? Who says they can't do a little launch? 5 people can come over to her house, maybe 15. We can pray over her business. They can share their purpose in being here. Their purpose. That's what we're going to talk about next because I don't feel like I have bit into enough of my own purpose and vision over the last 9 years to be able to communicate it well. And I'm working hard on that. If you watch the opportunity call from last night, I think you'll see little bits and blurbs of where I'm starting to be like, this is my purpose. This is my vision. These are the types of people I want to join me. And I want my team to join me at this table. I don't want to be at the diamond table anymore alone. I don't want to be at a jewel table anymore alone. Why? Because you guys can be there too. And you have big dreams and big goals, and I see them coming true for you. But it's going to take some shifting in 2025 with how distractible people are and just a lot of the salesy things floating by them all day long as they scroll. They're spending 120 minutes to 180 minutes scrolling every day. That's 2 to 3 hours of scrolling, and they're not getting any money from it. Shout that from the rooftops. Be like, I'm monetizing my social. Share how much you love social and why, right? Can you tell I'm just like over the edge? I'm dripping. And I mean, it really does feel like our AC is off. And who knows how hot it is today. Lou, is our AC on? You just got done working out, so you're probably warm too. But so at this point in time, people are going to join us and join you because they see your boldness and they see you showing up with a fire and a passion even before you've hit the next rank or re-ranked or even helped somebody up in the ranks. You are connected to multiple leaders who have helped hundreds of people go silver on our team. Did you know that you can say that? Say that. Own that. Own that. So people are going to sit back a bit and they're going to decide whether they're going to join you because of how you are showing up. Do not forget this. And it's going to have to be in video. It's going to have to be in video. You can grow a solid gold income, I believe, maybe even senior gold income here without getting on video. If you are like messaging in those real conversations, right? But video, letting them hear from you, they want to join you. You have to believe that your people are out there and you're the pioneer. Let's go back to being the pioneer. You're not alone. I'm right there too. I'm this little pioneer trudging through. Let's go. Okay. So I want to bring up purpose, you guys. As you look at the Icon Club and earning that, all that comes with that, you guys, it adds up to like over $900 in extras as far as it pertains to getting free shipping for the rest of 2025 on orders of $150, 150 PV or more. And in 2026, all of 2026, tickets, free tickets to convention, which are normally, hello, I mean, sometimes mostly, yeah, over $100 each. Two tickets to convention, two tickets to Super Saturday, a founding members prize, which I'm just like, oh, get rid of the sparkles. Like, I just want the free shipping personally. And recognition that you are a founding member of this club that helps other women bring in substantial income, making a difference in their family, in their communities, in their cities, in their states, in their countries. This is way bigger than helping people poop and way bigger than a little pink drink. That's why I want to say here, there's no room on this team for gossip. I don't care if it's about your uplines, your downlines, your sidelines, putting anybody down here, withholding grace from all of us who are literally trying our best to learn as we go, right? When you stop and look at in the mirror, believe you me, you will come up empty with anything against anybody on this team or any other jewel diamond leader, even Alec, Tarl, Jean, the decision about Jean. Stop and look at the mirror, in the mirror, and let's start there. Receive the grace from God you need to step up into this business all over again. Believe what your sidelines are telling you about your giftings and your ability to do this. They mean it. We do not lie. We are not fluffing things over. This is hard work and it is worth it. You guys, I talked with Amber Miller. You guys know this at convention. She was talking about that mantle. She was like, this is heavy, BK. It's so heavy for me. Do you know how heavy this is? And I was like, yes, I do. And I told her, I said, who's going to want to join us if they know how heavy it is? And she was like, I know. But there are people that are called, that have a purpose to have that calling on them, to lift others up, to change their families. Somebody's got to do it. You have dreams, somebody's got to take the first step, right? This is what I noticed after my call with Amber last night, the opportunity call. We got on a quick FaceTime and she was telling me things. We were going back and forth of our thoughts about some things. And I told her, I said, after that conversation with you, that burden, that weight, it was lighter. And I can't explain it. And she goes, me too. And I'm like, what was it? Bear one another's burdens that you might fulfill the law of Christ. So when you are up to here with life, when things feel so heavy, when you can't see your way forward in Plexus anymore, when you're like, where did everybody go? Guess what? It's a burden, but we have all got it together and we're like rowing, you know what I mean? Like in a canoe, the more guys you have in that boat together and you're like, boom, boom, let's go, picking up steam and momentum. The burden becomes lighter when we love God and love our neighbor. They're the two greatest commandments for a reason. When I was still depressed and sitting on the couch, I started sharing Plexus. And how interesting that some of my depression started to lift even before my gut started healing. You know why? Because all of a sudden I had a purpose outside of myself to help other people with their eczema, with their depression, with their adrenal fatigue, with their headaches, with their psycho PMS that was hurting their marriages. When we start looking outside of ourselves, God knows that. We were meant to bring glory to Him in this way. So come join me with this weight. I want you at that table. Like, yes, why can't we be proud of being really tired and exhausted at the end of the day, just pumping out that one last message, getting on that one last voice message, even if we're like, I just want to sit down and cry, not cast vision for somebody else in this business. You guys, it's that grit. That's what I want to pass on to you. So, we're going to be talking more about purpose, and I actually really want to have some individual calls with you guys, helping you figure out the semantics, your wording for your own purpose and vision in this. And also, I want to give you what I am creating here so that you can go to other people and be like, I have joined this group of like-minded women, and this is our mission. This is our purpose. Join us. We're looking for you. Okay. People want to be a part of something bigger, you guys. Amber and I are working together on something. Do you want to join me and Amber at our table? Like, I literally am like, I'm like, okay, Amber, for real. Like in Cancun, we're literally going to have to like have a real table and be like pulling up chairs. I don't care what rank you are. Let's go. So, your purpose explains what you're doing with your life. Your vision explains how you are living your purpose. I know this stuff is like kind of ethereal at first, but trust me on this. It gets better. And when you sit down and start writing things out and pondering and praying with your family and talking with your husband and talking your sidelines and downlines, uplines, you're going to figure this out. It's your goals, though, that enable you to realize your vision. So that's the flow. Your purpose explains what you're doing with your life. Your vision explains how you are living your purpose. And yes, we're talking about Plexus right now. Plexus is part of my purpose on this planet to bring Him glory, to love God with all of my heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love my neighbor as myself. And under that comes so many other things. I'm just realizing, wow, the doors that it's enabled me to love people in the homeschooling realm and in their scheduling and their meal planning in their marriages, in salvation, in bringing the gospel, you guys, okay? But here's the thing. Most of us, me included, we try to set our goals first without first actually understanding their purpose, right? And we end up chasing results without direction. We're like, oh, that's the next shiny object. Icon Club before August 31st for the 300 credits for Cancun, or, oh, Cancun trip for two. Yeah, and you'll notice people come in, they work so hard, they get on this last cruise with us, to Key West. And then you don't see them for a couple of months because they were chasing the shiny object. It's not enough. It's not enough to stay stable and consistent here in this industry in 2025 and actually build a team, lead a team, shine like a lighthouse, right? So we end up just staying busy and not feeling fulfilled because we're like, yay, I earned the hat. Woo! Okay, really? Is that your purpose here? So when you know your purpose, why you are here on this earth and what you're meant to do, for me, it is to be a servant to my husband and my children, number one. Okay. Then to my local body of believers. And then I will tell you, it is serving God heartily through Plexus. Okay. When you know your purpose, why you are here, what you're meant to do, you start building your life with more intention. How you wake up is more intentional. How you set up your family's rhythms and schedules is more intentional. It's going to feel bigger and more impactful and more powerful, right? Do you guys feel that with me? So we want to make sure that we help you with your vision because your vision gives that purpose actual form in your everyday life, stepping up and doing the things. It shows you how you want to live, how to grow, how to give, how to expand, how to love others better. And your goal, your goals become the stepping stones that take you there. So we want to start with purpose, and you are going to see that it clears your
Yeah,
mind of all the junk and the
plastic is
funk,
great, actually.
and you won't care that you literally will stop caring about your points. I'm serious. I saw my points in a month. I was like, nice, lots of people. Let's go. Let's go. We got to go way bigger than this. That's just the beginning. Oh no. Like, yay. Praise God for those people. I know where I'm going, why I'm going there, and how I'm going to get there. Okay. That is a beautiful thing. And out from that, it's going to inspire you to get more creative again. When you have that block, it's because you're losing your creativity. You might be scrolling too much. You just might be scrolling too much. You're comparing too much. You're hanging out with the wrong people that aren't going anywhere and that don't really want you to go anywhere,
Thank
quite
you.
potentially, you guys. I don't know who's still unmuted. For some reason, it looks like everybody is muted. That's okay. That's okay. It's time for us to figure out our purpose and our vision and start telling everybody. This is when things start to begin to line up in your brain, in your behavior, and in your confidence when you get on social and your stories and you want to express what you're going to do with this business opportunity as a silver, as a diamond, as wherever you are at, as somebody who hasn't joined your team yet, right? So, do you guys feel like you have a mission statement or a purposeful statement of why you're spending time here in Plexus? Because you guys are spending a lot of time around here in this Plexus gig. You're spending a lot of time trying to figure out what to post in your stories. I remember getting on stories for the first time and trying to figure it out. I spent like 2 full days. I told my kids, I'm like, Mama's going to be figuring out Instagram stories. I'm just going to sit at the table. And they like walked around me and looked at what I was doing. It took me so long. Why I had purpose and vision for being here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm rebuilding. I'm down 2,500 points. Have you ever lost 2,500 points? No? So I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. That's a lot of people that didn't have enough belief to continue what they started. And those people are still out there. They still have the same health problems. They still most likely have the same financial problems, if not worse, in 2025. They deserve to hear from you. And who else is going to do it? Could it be part of your purpose? Like Jen White is like, oh my gosh, sending out these warm, we call them warm messages because she cares so much. It's overflowing from this heart of compassion that she knows she has something so special that somebody out there needs. Are you ready to do that? Or are you still afraid of what people are going to think about you? Excuse me, are they paying your bills? Do they see the debt that you're in? Do they see the stress that your husband's under? Do they see that like you still can't buy a house or buy that thing that is going to help your child with their asthma or with their skin issue or whatever their autism? You guys, this is so much bigger than probiotics and slim. It is so much bigger than making a silver, and this is a really special thing we've got here. And there's a reason why you are here. It's no coincidence. There are more people that need to hear from you and from me today. It's got to come from your lips, your beautiful face, not mine, yours. Okay. I'm dripping. It's like a sauna. It's good. Open my detox pathways. Liz Crowl. I don't even know how to end that.
Well, That's okay. I'll take over.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was excellent. I appreciate it. Um, Couple things. One, I want to shout out Shalina Dean. She took up the challenge last week to get in her stories every single day. I said, just focus on your stories. BK had me do this like 4 years ago. Totally worth it. She did it. And she said, you know what? I didn't give up on myself. I'm tired of giving up on myself. And that's the thing. When we are inconsistent, we are giving up on ourselves. And I want to talk a little bit about some ideas, some thoughts about leadership, but I also want to say this. I told Bridget, I was like, hey, would you like me to share on the call? Um, and I was like, I'll even get put together. I was like, hold up, Skin Health did that for me already. Guys, I don't have any makeup on. Like, I don't wear foundation. And I was looking at a picture the other day and I was like, oh, wow. Like from yesterday, I'm like, my skin has totally changed in 2 weeks. So talk about it, share about it. But as I'm going to say later, you don't need to have your transformation before you start pointing people to something. You never do. You never, ever, ever do. If you were selling vacuums, you wouldn't even need to own the vacuum. You just tell people about how good it can clean, and you show them pictures and videos. Doesn't need to be your own transformation. Anyway, okay. So I'm also really, really, really excited to see Taro leading, especially now that I feel like I have a different grasp on this company. So I'm looking forward to that. All right. Um, so I've been thinking over a lot of interactions with sidelines and teammates that I had at convention, and I do feel like something kind of switched for me. It had been building up to this, but I'm really, really grateful. And I think part of it also is, the Lord is going to use anything in your life to change and shape you. And for us also, we have been looking at changes that we need to make in parenting, and it's been really, really hard. And just realizing nobody's going to do it for us. Nobody is going to step in and influence our children. It is us. So we either pick up the responsibility that we have been given, or we continue to ignore it or whatever. Nobody is coming to step into our home to make the changes that need to be made. And this is applicable to your entire life. Nobody's going to step in and help you get healthy. Nobody's going to step in and pick up the spoon and feed you the healthy food or cook it for you or put the healthy food into your shopping cart. It's not going to happen. You have to make the decision that you're going to do it. And then you have to keep making that decision and keep doing it. What I've been thinking about since convention really is what John Maxwell says, which is leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And influence can be good or bad. And I've been thinking a lot about years ago, I wrote a post on circumcision. So those of you who don't know, I am a physician assistant, and I love talking about like TMI topics and stuff. And circumcision is something that my opinion has swayed dramatically on. I used to be very pro, and now I am very not. And part of that comes from something I don't really share publicly, which is that we circumcise our first and not our second because of what happened with our first. So I wrote this post, and it was immediately, and when I say immediately, it was like a bot immediately shared my post into 5 different anti-circumcision groups, and or intactivists as they're called. And the amount of comments that I had flying at me from people I did not know, I mean, it was one of the, I can still remember the feelings in my body, and it was very intense. But not a month prior, maybe, I had watched a friend from another company respond to comments on her post that were equally as vicious. And the grace with which she carried herself, all I did was think, how would she respond in this situation? And I very gracefully, but with good boundaries, tried to respond to each thing, because I thought, if I was watching her responding on that post, people are watching me respond on this post. And in fact, that's exactly what happened. People were like, I am watching you. And so what I really want to encourage you to is to think about who are you when you think no one is watching? When you're responding in messages, when you are commenting on public reels, when you are commenting to people on your posts, who are you? Because Plexus, I remember you always saying this, BK, like Plexus is like, it's nothing. It's really that God is using this to form in us what he wants to do. And how are we going to respond to it? Because if it's not Plexus, It's going to be something else. It's going to be a situation here. It's going to be a friendship there. It's going to be somebody you run into at the DMV. It doesn't matter. It's all showing who you are. And so with Plexus, you get this daily minute by minute opportunity, which is just so weird. It's so unlike any other job. But to realize, to really like, it's like God puts the magnifying glass in front of your eyes and says, who do you want to be? Do you want to be like the world? Do you want to be like my son? Who do you want to be? Because you're going to see who you really are in how you show up and how you respond. And you have to decide. Okay, I gotta look at my notes. All right. And really, all it is, right? Like, we're going to be changing and growing through all the experiences in our life. So, this idea of leadership is continuing forward when you don't know the outcome. You don't know the outcome of what's going to happen with your post. You don't know the outcome of your stories. I can tell you after 6 years, there are people who are just now talking. I'm talking to a former patient of mine who's like, yeah, I'm interested in Plexus. She didn't bring it up. I had to point blank ask her. I was like, have you considered this? And she's like, yeah, I'm really interested. That was it. No more questions, nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to lead you in this. I really do see now it is the power in the consistency. When we don't post because we think people already know, people don't want to be bothered. I already told them once. No, people are busy. People are probably didn't even see it. They don't remember. We can't think that much about ourselves. We just can't. We have to keep showing up with, just like we realize, right? You are not going to, the only way the gym is going to change you is by going and picking up the weights. So the only way that you are going to be able to, I believe, influence people is by consistently being influential, consistently layering, consistently talking, consistently being consistent and showing up over and over again. Okay, let me see. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, right. I have this highlighted in my little notes. I took a notebook with me this year. This was the first year at convention that I was like, I need a notebook because I'm going to be taking notes. Who even am I? Who even am I? I don't even know. Allie's like, what? Who are you? You normally just sit there and play with your tiny hands. I know. Because I'll be like, oh, when is this session going to be done so I can go talk to people? Highlighted. Come to terms with your reality, whether you like it or not. Dom and I in our parenting are having to come to terms with the decisions that we've made and realize if we change nothing now, it's going to get worse. We don't like facing the reality, but we have to. My body is changing. If I don't face that reality and I don't pick up my weights and change how I'm eating and taking care of myself and getting more sleep, etc., things are not going to magically get better. Your 5-year plan is not going to happen on its own. You can have all the ideals, all the goals, all the thoughts. Nothing is going to change unless you decide that those goals are going to change what you're doing right now and every day. My sister, can I say this? Who else is on here? Okay. My sister's pregnant. She had a horrible first pregnancy and her horrible first trimester. She is working out now. Every day, we were just talking and she's like, Liz, every day I do a minimum of 10 minutes. I watch the time. I make sure it's not over 10 minutes because all I'm doing is creating the habit. I'm like, how do you know this stuff so well? I'm just creating the habit. I've got to change things. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going way over my time. I really apologize. I'm going to spit this out. All right. With leadership and with the products and with our sharing, you don't need to be transformed before you show up. You become transformed through showing up. You will change, you will grow if you do not give up and you keep coming back. Don't think you've got to have it all together to lead. I just realized this in the last week when I hosted 2 power hours and I was like, oh my gosh, I am able to coach people. What? You just have to be half a step ahead. That's it. And you just teach the half a step that you learned. That's all. So come to terms with your reality, whether you like it or not. You do not need the transformation, right? You go to the gym to be transformed. We show up to this to be transformed. Allow the Lord to use this to shine the magnifying glass on you, on your life, on your heart, on your habits, and then respond depending on who you want to be, how you're convicted, all these different things. Repent of the things that you need to repent of. Turn away from them and move forward in a new way. But really also think about who you want to be and who you are when nobody is watching. Last night, and this is my final thing, last night on the call that Amber Miller put on, the BK was sharing on, you have to watch it because BK was amazing. But one of the things that hit me the hardest was when you said, let the choking up go back down. You said, Amber, you changed my life. And I watched Amber choke up because the reality is that Amber has changed generations. Her life and her decision has changed all of us. She may never meet any of us, but her decision to, despite feeling like she was going to vomit when she was sharing Plexus, she did it anyway. And that decision has led to literally just generations, hundreds of thousands of people in a star effect. You don't need to have a big audience. You need to change one life at a time. And then you help those people change one life at a time. That means good customer service, where I have massively failed. Just realizing it, repenting of it, trying to come back around and work on that. You need to change one life at a time. You need to help them understand their products. You need to come back to them and tell them what they don't know. They don't know to expect any detox. They don't know that there are people who have gone through what they're maybe going through where they're not having results. You need to go and tell them and lead them confidently. Don't just be like, how are you liking it? Be like, hey, tell me what you think about this. I need to know the nitty gritty. How are your bowels? Et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent, but we have something powerful here. Do not underestimate what the Lord can do through you. Just decide who you're going to be when nobody is watching.
Okay. I'll end with that. Yeah, because when I find myself scrolling, do I really want all of you guys like in my room watching me? Like, really? She's been scrolling for 15 minutes while she has messages to get back to, children needing her, a husband who needs his lunch made. It's just so true. This really is a wonderful place for us to be renewed in our minds and therefore transformed from the inside out. And yes, God can use the business of gut health to do that in us. And He is.
Can I add one thing? I'm
Please
so sorry.
don't.
I just want to share this. So my husband has designed a history curriculum and it's amazing. And he's told me all the reasons why he made it. I couldn't find this, this, and this. I wanted to include this, this, and this for these reasons. And I was like, you must tell your audience those things. If you just put a post up or a picture of your curriculum, nobody cares. Nobody knows. Nobody knows why it's going to be so good for their schoolroom. So I said, if you could sit down and write a post with these points that you explained to me as a non-trained educator who didn't understand why those things are important, that is how you tell people. In the same way, you have to tell them about you because they buy into you first. So if you're struggling with, I don't know what to post, I just want to show graphics, I just want to tell them about the product. No. First and foremost, start with your story. If you don't know how to tell your story, talk to somebody in working upline, ask them to help you write your story. Stories are what connects us heart to heart, and then people will trust us, and then we can help them with our products.
Let's start walking in our purposes today by continuing to show up. As you show up, I agree with Liz 100%. That is where you are weak, He will be strong, and that practice will make progress. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start stepping in now. Get the support that you need from us, your uplines. We are here for you as always. It's time to rank up. It's time to re-rank. It's time to help others start their journeys. It's time to bring on some business builders. It's time to start talking like the business for the first time in your stories, in posts, and stumble over your words and be like, this is so bizarre for me. I thought I just liked the products, but I'm actually getting really passionate about the opportunity and I'm learning how to communicate it to you guys and I'm going to figure it out. Watch me go. Post that. Like let them into your journey and they're going to be like, "Oh, if she can do it, I can do that." Let's draw people back into our journey. Let's be relatable. And we're going to take a screenshot of all of our smiles. 1, 2, 3. Control Command 3, everyone. Done. Have a great day. That was a wow. Just go take a breather, grab your hydrate. Then I want to see you on stories talking about Japan, talking about numbers. I'll put some stats in GGBiz today. Start practicing that boldness, confident leader that you are becoming right now. Thank you, Liz. Love you all way more than you know. Bye.